Welcome to the Cruising is Life podcast. Whether you're a seasoned cruiser or just starting out, we have something for everyone. So sit back, relax, and get ready to set sail with us on the Cruising is Life podcast.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the Cruising is Life podcast. Welcome back for yet another episode. We've got our monthly, I think we're going to start doing this monthly, but we have a Q&A, which is a bit of a different style of the podcast, of course, and we are joined by Justin and Dimitri. Welcome back, Pookies.
Hi, Dimitri.
As everybody calls them. But yeah, I think we're going to start doing this maybe once a month. I know during our typical podcasts, we usually just kind of focus on the topic at hand, though we don't get to interact much with the chat, just a typical podcast style. So this will be kind of like a nice, once every now and then to interact with you guys that are sitting here and actually watching us live. But yeah, so anybody in the chat, go ahead and start giving us some, throwing in some questions here and we'll get to it. Also, thank you, Brady, already with a $2 super chat.
I love you, Brady.
Brady's the real one. But yeah, we were just talking about this before we actually started the podcast. But while we wait for a few questions to come in, what are you actually both went to go see the Islander, the Margaritaville Sea Islander. How was that?
It was so cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. And we stumbled upon the naming ceremony, which was really cool.
That is really cool, actually. I saw your video. I was like, okay, that's kind of sick.
Yeah, we definitely weren't expecting that, but
no, we were not.
It was nice.
For sure. And was the ship did the ship look really nice? Like, was it all rusted out? Was it, barely,
nice.
Did it look like garbage? Did it look good? Did it,
No, the ship looked really good. There was a little bit of rust on the very back where it says Islander, but I think that's just from the prop wash from crossing the Atlantic because it kind of washes up on there. But yeah, other than that, the ship looked really good for its age, and the paint that the company put on it looks really good.
Nice. Yeah, it does. Yeah. I mean, from the pictures and everything, it looks like a really nice ship. It looks like they did a pretty good job with it. The inside looks very nice. Of course, yes. And I'm very interested to see the whole execution side of it here once she makes her maiden voyage this week, which is on Friday, correct?
Yes, Friday.
Nice. And Brady asks if that ship was a new build. It is actually the former Costa Atlantica.
Yes, it's the same ship class as the Spirit class from Carnival.
Right, exactly. So it's like the Carnival Spirit, but a Costa ship, but now a Margaritaville.
Yes.
No switcheroo.
And the Paradise Margaritaville is an old Costa ship.
It is. It's the old classic. Was it the Classica or the Neo Classica? Whenever it got transferred.
One of the
Neo.
It's interesting that the Margaritaville has two old Costa ships. Pretty unique.
It is kind of cool. If my cat would stop chewing on my iPad, that would be lovely.
I hope it doesn't rain on Friday when we go see it again. It sucked yesterday that it was raining for them.
It poured yesterday, but I don't think it'll rain.
The rain holds off for Saturday.
That might be a different story, but up here we should be fine.
Yeah. I'm really hoping Miami is not a washout this weekend because the one time. Yeah, I know. The one time, that Celebration and Icon are together. And I actually make the trip to go down to see it, and it's gonna be it might be raining. I've already bought my Brightline ticket, so I'm kind of screwed at this point.
Was it the good price that you saw online?
Yeah, it was like $100 to go round trip, which I guess isn't that bad. But yeah, Brady asks in the chat top 3 cruise lines for each of us. Who wants to start?
I think Justin wants to start.
Top 3?
Yeah, top 3 for each of us.
Royal Caribbean is number 1, of course. I love Royal Caribbean. Okay. I guess number 2, I guess, is Carnival. I mean, I've never had a problem with them. I love the Dream class and the Vista class. So ships are really nice, and of course the XL class. But I haven't really sailed on them.
Yeah.
I guess third is going to be Norwegian. I mean, other than that, I've only really sailed with Princess. And I mean, they were great, but it's a different demographic. But yeah, I'll say the big 3, I guess. Pretty lame.
Yeah, I would say honestly, I think mine's like the same order too. Like I think my top cruise line, I have sailed with Carnival the most, but I have to say I would pick Royal Caribbean as my like number one cruise line just because I like their ships the best. I think always like growing up, I always wanted to sail on those ships, and now that we're kind of doing our own thing, away from the families and stuff like that, like as friends and things like that, we sail on the ships that we have always wanted to sail on, which is always kind of cool. We didn't really kind of get that option back when we were younger, but
Right.
so now I definitely find myself cruising with Royal Caribbean a lot more often. But getting to looking back and knowing that now I've sailed on just about every Oasis class except for Harmony, pretty upset about that. But sailed on Icon at this point, done the Freedom class twice, done Mariner. It's I'm checking off all the ships that I've always wanted to do. So, Royal Caribbean's definitely number one. I would say Carnival's number two, just because I've sailed with them the most. I've always liked their ships. I've never had anything against them. And then, of course, Norwegian being number three.
Classic.
Nice. Well, I'm gonna oppose you guys. I mean, we cruise
figured.
Norwegian a lot, so
Yeah.
number one for Norwegian for us. Number two, I mean, we haven't really done anyone in a while. I mean, I guess kind of going into the next question. Next cruise, going on Wonder in 4 weeks. So
Ooh.
Very nice.
Royal Caribbean will be, what do you call it? I'll put Royal Caribbean at 3, but for number 2, I'll put it at a tie between Carnival and MSC. We're gold on Carnival, so I mean,
Really?
it's not like we're strangers there, but MSC was pretty good, but it was also a fluke of an experience, but it was still good. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, I'm dying to do MSC. I want to do MSC so bad, but they've got great prices. I've got too many booked at the moment to really try to throw something in there.
Yeah.
It's a good problem to have, I will say, but at the same time, I'm like, come on, man, I want to try MSC
Tyler,
at some point.
hi Tyler. We haven't seen any
Hi,
pictures.
Tyler.
How was
Yeah,
Quantum?
you've been slacking. But yeah, IRL Ship Spotting asks, what are our next cruises? So, for Dimitri just said he's going on Wonder, and then my next cruise is actually Utopia of the Seas. I will be going in the middle of August, right around my birthday, which is really, really fun. And then shortly after that, it'll be Glory with Pookie here.
Yeah, Pookie. So my next cruise is with Pookie on the Glory in September. And then the day we get off of that, Rachel and I are going on Utopia. So it's not a back-to-back, what do they call it, a side-by-side?
I
Something
think.
like that, yeah. So, and then Pookie and I are going on Oasis in November.
Oh, I'm so excited. Oasis is lifetime cruise number 50 for me.
That's crazy.
That's crazy to think about, and two, I couldn't think of a better ship, knowing that Oasis is like the one that really catapulted me into like my love and like obsession with cruising. I feel like having Oasis as like number 50 for me is like even though it's like a weekend cruise, I feel like that's just like a really cool ship to do it on.
For sure.
Very true.
Yes, very, very. And then what other ships do you have, or what other cruises do you have booked right now, Dimitri?
We have Viva booked for next summer in Greece with Steve.
Oh, that's right. You and Steve are going on the same cruise.
Are you really?
Yes. You weren't there for the
Completely by
conversation
chance.
when we were at Canaveral?
That's hilarious.
Completely by chance. They're like, "Oh, well, when are you going?" And whatever month it was, he's like, "Oh, this week." Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm going that week.
What
I'm
cruise is
going
it?
that week too.
It's
Viva.
a 7-day Greece on Viva.
Damn, that's so funny.
Would you
Yeah.
like to get me a ship model?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'll bring them back.
Yes.
Oh God. Brady said $2 super chat says Brandon $69 super chat if I do the JoJo Siwa dance.
Yes.
Yes, do
Okay,
it.
if I knew, I'm sure I've seen it before, but it's not ringing a bell what the JoJo Siwa dance is.
You just flail your arm around and shake your head really crazy. Put Please do it. I want that $69 super
my
chat.
I do too.
He said, "Just start convulsing."
Yeah, that's that's about it, man.
Basically it.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Do it for the podcast, Brandon.
I just did it. You're not watching, are you?
I can't see you.
Oh, yeah, you're looking at Kana instead.
I'm looking at anime stuff, and I'm not happy. On Discord, I can't see for some reason because then like his thing glitches out.
Yeah, my camera glitches out on Discord, so they have to stare at my profile pic, which on Discord happens
is
to
an
be an
anime
anime
girl.
girl.
I'll watch the rerun.
I like to do it because it's funny. But yeah, anyways, yeah. Any more questions that we've got in the chat here?
Brandon will do anything for super chats.
I
wouldn't
wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't say anything.
Anything. Anything. I don't know. It's probably not even right.
No, it is.
I don't know.
Did you guys see today that celebrities sold their Galapagos ships?
I did see that.
That's super weird. They
I
sold
mean,
them to
I don't know
National
why they
Geographic of all
even-
people too, which is the funny part.
We better be
I
getting
know.
some better shows now on National Geographic.
Hey, what do you call it? One of them only held 16 people. How did I not know that? Like, why were they even in that market? It's literally a
It's
catamaran.
essentially just a private.
They're all
yacht, is
small.
essentially what it is.
Yeah, I know they're all small, but I know one of them holds like 200 people. But I mean, like, why are they even in that market to begin with?
I feel like they just built a new one for that.
Yeah, the Flora. I think that one's
Flora
still
yeah.
is. So they have 3 of those. Flora being the newest, and I think they sold the 2 old ones.
two old ones.
Yeah, the other two were like Expedition and something.
Exploration.
Yeah.
Yeah. Expedition's been around for a long time. I remember like when I
Yeah.
first started getting into cruising, because like I was going on Zenith around that time. So I was like, oh, what's celebrity ships? Because at that point I was like starting to realize that my first cruise is on Century, so I was following that ship a lot. And so I like started looking all sorts of old celebrity ships, and I was like, what the heck is this? And it was like the Expedition, and it was like, 10 people on there.
Must be a nugget.
Yeah, Tyler, that would be cool to do Flora on like the small Bahamas islands, like not Bimini, but like all the San Salvador, like all the little coves
Itty
and
bitty
stuff.
ones.
That'd be cool. But you didn't tell us how Quantum is. You completely skipped over
Yeah.
that. Come on, give us a little
Q-
summarization.
Q&A for you, Tyler. How's the Quantum right now? She looks rough.
Looks rough.
Looks rough. I mean,
Is she rough
'cause
for real? For real?
just because the ship has a bad coat of paint on it doesn't mean it's not good, though, is the funny thing. It's weird seeing a Royal Caribbean look bad. Have you
Not
ever
inviting.
seen like a Norwegian, or not a Norwegian, but a Royal Caribbean ship that has a really bad coat of paint like that? Quantum looks kind of rough right now.
Yeah, she looks really bad.
Very bad.
Very bad.
That way bad.
Very,
Did you
very
just see
bad.
go to the text chat?
Let's see.
Yikes. Yikes.
She must have hit an iceberg.
A big
I
one.
don't know if you guys can see that, but
It's a lot of
the-
reflection.
yeah, it looks pretty bad. Yeah, Brady asks, do you guys ever use travel agents when booking? The rates for
Yes,
travel
my
agents
mom.
shock me sometimes, and how much they're. So yes, Pookie's mother Pookie, is
Mother
a
Pookie.
travel agent. I need to call
Tiffany
her.
Travels.
I need to call her about my milestone cruise for Carnival. So I'll
Yeah,
probably
call her.
have to hit her up this week.
I think they're dealing with a leak at the house right now because it's been raining for 2 days straight, but she should answer.
I'll call him then. I'll call him right now.
yeah,
then.
perfect.
I know
Call
you've
him,
got
be
it.
like, how's that leak going?
I know you got some leaky pipes, but can you help me?
No,
with
it's
my
leaking
cruise?
out of like just out of the ceiling. Piece of junk.
That's like a new house.
We didn't have any leaks at our old house, but we just had to move. Now I live in the dump.
Trinity is nice.
No, I mean like where my parents are at.
Oh,
compared to what we were living in.
Yeah.
Yes, I use a travel agent as well.
Who do you use? Do you want to shout out your agent?
I can. It is one of my mom's friends. Her daughter was her teaching partner. My mom's a fifth grade teacher, and that's how they knew each other. And she's been helping us book cruises for like 10 years.
Nice.
Wow.
My family usually uses we have, I guess, someone in my family. I know their name is Beth, but I don't know her
I know
relation.
that.
I'm somehow related to this lady, but I don't know how.
Related to her.
She's like my aunt or something. I don't know. She's like a great aunt or second aunt, something like that. But I'm related.
Great Aunt Beth.
Yeah,
Can't
great
eat it
aunt
right
Beth
now.
or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, can you get me a cup of milk too?
Oh my God, you're eating on the podcast, my dude.
Oh my
Sorry.
God.
Oh
some
my
peanut butter.
God.
No, Coop. I want to sell Virgin, but no plans yet.
I would like
Alex
to
is
sail
going on
Virgin.
Valiant in August.
Ooh, nice.
So if you want a model,
Ooh,
Yes, I do need a model, so
make it 3.
yeah, make it.
I can't guarantee it, but I will ask.
Are you eating
Alex is a
peanut
real one
butter?
for that. Yeah, we
Yes,
were just
me too.
making fun of him for it.
I couldn't see the bottom of his screen until now.
I've got milk.
Oh
Peanut
my
butter and milk.
God.
Dinner is served.
Virgin Voyages, though, I would like to try it.
I want to
It's so different. I personally don't know if I'm gonna like it, but I am willing to try it. I
We
will
should.
give it
We
the
should
benefit-
try it like in Australia.
Oh, okay. Like we were gonna go to Australia.
Oh, but you want to go to Japan?
Of course
Tomato,
I do.
tomato.
Those are my people.
I'll pass.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Of course.
Of course, of course. And little anime girls.
All right. Maybe
Oh
not
boy,
that.
Ryan Tube, his Brandon Discord is not about cruise ships.
Well, that I think there has
It's
been like
true.
questions about me making a Discord server for this cruise channel particularly, which I'm not opposed to the idea. I just need to actually make it. So I might get around to that eventually. So I would like to, not saying it's happening anytime soon, but it is an idea that I am considering.
And
Join
Kevin
my
Cook, I
Facebook group.
see-
I haven't logged into that Facebook group in years.
Oh God.
Yeah, Kevin, ever cruise to Ensenada and Catalina Island? What are some of the things to do in those locations? I actually have not. The only time I went to the West Coast and the Mexican Riviera was we went to Mazatlan and Puerto Vallarta and somewhere else. No, maybe it was just
Did you go to Cabo?
No, we didn't go to Cabo. Puerto Vallarta.
Those are the only 3 ports over there. It's Mazatlan, Puerto Vallarta, and Cabo.
So maybe it was just the 2 of those. I don't remember.
I
But
wanna
I
go
know we
over
went to
there,
those
but
2.
I haven't gone over there.
Mazatlan is super, super pretty, by the way. Like, if you picture, like, Hollywood Strip in, like, California, that's basically Mazatlan. It's so, so pretty. One of my favorite pictures I've ever taken was there. It's actually of the Carnival Splendor as she was coming in that day, which was sick, by the way, because being on the Bliss, we're this big, giant ship, and that's such a narrow channel that they had to like go into because there's just a rock, like a giant rock, and
Yeah.
and it's funny because like they didn't put the buoy next to it or like the little the little red marker. They didn't put it next to it. They just put it. It's like sitting on top of the rock.
Nice.
It's like there's a rock here, basically is what they're saying. But like the Splendor like squeezed. I mean, like it couldn't have been more than maybe like 200 to 300 feet between the 2
It's a
ships. Like
tight
that's
port.
what?
I said it's a tight port.
Oh, very tight, very tight. Catalina Island, though, I haven't been there, but I've heard like there's like just some like walking. It's such a small island. I think like you could just walk around the island. I've seen even people just do like little bike tours. They bicycle around around the island and stuff like that. It looks like
Yeah,
a
I
very
think it's
pretty
very
place to visit.
big.
Yeah, it's not.
It's very nice.
Catalina Island is California, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the not. I wouldn't compare it or anything to Key West, but I would say, I guess, if you're going to compare L.A.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Catalina Island, it's basically Miami to Key West. Is essentially that's the association I'm making. Not that either of them are related or close to each other, but I guess that's the connection I'm drawing for some reason, because that's basically like the West Coast Key West, but not Florida, not full of Florida man.
Oof.
25 miles. Oh wow, that's even closer. That's much closer
Oh wow,
than
only
Key West.
25 miles.
That's
I could swim
crazy.
there.
You could swim 25 miles.
No.
Brady asked top 3 restaurants on Royal. Good.
You guys tell me, because I booked the specialty dining and we get to pick which
true.
one we want to go to when we get on. So please
Chops
elaborate. Coop,
Chops.
tell me.
Sorrento's is my favorite because I just love
Sorrento.
Okay,
pizza.
that's
Okay.
free pizza.
All right, fine. Chop,
Okay.
Azumi, or whatever it's called.
Ooh,
hibachi. It's so good.
For somebody that likes to make
sad
fun
that
of-
we can't go get hibachi on Friday
What?
because you're leaving me.
I know. I'm sorry.
For
No,
somebody
you're
that
not.
likes to make fun of me and my desire to go to Japan, you sure do like hibachi.
Yeah, but I'm not flying to Japan to eat hibachi food. I'll just drive down the street.
I'm not flying to Japan to go to eat hibachi food either. I'm going
Yeah,
to
you're going.
experience
You're
the
going
culture.
to see anime girls.
No.
Yes.
Hey, girls at that fact, but we'll keep that to ourselves.
Hold on. What? Oh my. Anyways, back on topic.
Okay.
Anyways, what was number 3 there, Pookie?
I forgot. I don't know.
my
Chops, Azumi. I don't know. I don't really eat anything else.
I'll
Oh,
eat
Playmakers.
chicken nuggets. Okay. All he eats
Playmakers,
is-
okay.
Bro will literally go to Playmakers and get chicken. Not that I don't do
You
that.
do it
also.
too.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Not that I don't do it, but bro goes to
This
Playmakers
guy.
to get chicken nuggets.
So good though.
I would definitely say Giovanni's
Yeah.
is very, very good. It was very good on one. That's one of the places you try on Wonder.
Yeah.
Giovanni's, Chops, and I'm gonna have to say Playmakers.
Got it.
With the honorable mention of Johnny Rockets, but I would say Playmakers.
Yeah, Tyler just said that in the chat. I'll go. I'll go.
Sorry
for
to disappoint.
Sunday.
Sorry to disappoint.
Yes, Coop. Norway is on my radar. Do you want to go? You want to book a cruise right now? You guys want to book a cruise to Norway? I want to go to Norway.
No.
Oh,
I want to go to Iceland too. While I'm over there, I'm going to Iceland.
Okay.
Sounds cold. Sounds cold. Not for me.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I thought Alaska was gonna be cold, but Alaska was like 70 degrees. It was cold at night. I
That's
guess.
freezing.
To us, yes.
If it's like 72 in my apartment, then I'm usually in a hoodie.
Tyler, is it your first time in Alaska? Is this your first Alaskan cruise?
I've never been to Alaska. Alaska is on my list. We are actually at one point recently we were looking at Anthem in Alaska for next year because that's when she's going over there. But a little thing called Star of the Seas popped up in Port Canaveral, and that's what we're doing instead next summer.
Yeah.
I feel like experiencing Alaska versus experiencing a Icon class a second time, I feel like probably the better idea would have been to go to Alaska, but at the same time, if I could just drive an hour down the road and go on a Icon class, then I'd rather do that over anything.
That's true.
Alaska's for the experience.
Oh, absolutely. And I honestly, I just go for the ship at this point. I really don't care where it's going.
Ooh, Ryan, you're going to Alaska on Nordam. Anytime I think of Alaska, I think of those ships. Like those are so
The
typical
itty bitty
Alaska
ones.
For real.
Yeah, that is cool. Yeah, I feel like especially those like little like very small intimate ships are really cool ones to do Alaska on. Like it's one thing to do like a Quantum or like a Breakaway Plus ship for Alaska, which is crazy that they have those offerings. But I feel like a true Alaska experience would probably be on something like small and intimate like that.
Yeah.
I saw something the other day. It was I don't know what ship it was or what cruise line or what it was, but I saw an itinerary that listed like one of the port stops. It was super long too, but it went to the north side of Alaska, like into the Arctic Circle.
Interesting.
That
I'll
is
have to figure
interesting.
out what I have to figure out what it is, but like it was a long cruise and it went all the way up and around.
Maybe it was at a 14-day.
Oh, I have no idea. It was super. I don't know. Maybe longer.
Damn.
And then from August 9 to 19, you'll be in Florida. Oh, very cool. That is actually in that time frame. I will be on Utopia, but that would be cool. That is very cool, though.
Are you guys
Uh,
planning on going to see Utopia come in for the first time?
Yes, I have not requested the day off of work yet because it's not set in stone on the date, but I will be putting in my day off request very soon. I don't know if I'm gonna
Same.
take the. I don't know if I'm gonna take that initial Friday as well, but who knows?
Got it.
Because I don't know if she's gonna sail out that Friday or if she's for her like preview cruises or not. But that'll be cool.
What day is she coming in again? Do we
We're not
know?
allowed to say it.
Oh, that's right. It's forbidden information.
Oh yeah. Can one of you text it to me again,
Yeah,
or
I'll
put it
text
in
to
this
you here now.
chat?
We're not. That's that's why I like secretly like said, oh,
Forgot.
you know that specific day. But yeah, apparently that's not
Get your
public
hit.
information. Although we could get Tyler in some trouble right now.
Oh, we
That's
really
true.
could. Ooh.
I like
And
that.
he's on and in the chat too. Oh, I love it.
I love it.
Tyler, you're done.
You're getting thrown under the bus. A big bus.
A big
The
coach
big,
bus.
it's called the big old bus called the Utopia of the Seas.
Yeah.
It's busted.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not necessarily confirmed. It's an anticipated date, but apparently they for some reason they don't want that date getting out. Don't ask me why, because I think it's pretty dumb, but yeah, there's a set day that they're planning, I guess, but it's for some reason it's not public information.
Understood.
Favorite cruise port though. Favorite cruise port. I would have to say as cheesy as it says, or as cheesy as it is, I would say Coco Cay has to be like my number one. That place is awesome.
Like port of call or just port in general?
Cruise port. Oh, I get. Yeah, elaborate. Cruise port or a port of call?
Cruise port would be Fort Lauderdale for me. Cruise port of call, probably St. Thomas.
I would say I like St. Thomas. I really enjoyed Alaska when I went. Those ports over there were just so special, especially Skagway. And a lot of ships don't go to Skagway anymore because of the falling rocks.
Right.
If you go to Alaska, you have to go to Skagway and do the White Pass
Interesting.
Railway. That was an unforgettable experience.
We love Twains.
We love trying.
I love
But that was not the
Twain.
reason. That's not the reason we went. But even my parents were like, "Oh, that's going to be boring," and they said that was like the highlight of the trip.
That's cool. Port of call. Okay.
St. Thomas, I like Aruba. I like St. Martin.
I do love Aruba.
I like Grand
I would
Cayman.
say
I don't know why people hate it.
there's not really much there in Grand Cayman though, but it is
I know,
very
but
nice though.
Oh, I love Grand Cayman.
It's
Except
very
I'm
nice.
very-
It doesn't feel like a Caribbean island. Like you think of the Caribbean islands, you think of Jamaica, like very sketchy areas. But like, it's just a giant banking hub. Those are my
Yeah.
people, the finance people. Those are my people.
yeah, the criminals.
I love Puerto Plata, and I'm very excited to try Coco Cay.
Yes, Coco Cay is so awesome.
Yeah, Puerto Plata was very good.
Yeah. Top 3 cruise ships we've been on. Well, I know my number 1 is Icon. I would say Icon, Symphony, and Wonder. The only reason I pick Symphony over Wonder is because Wonder of the Seas has like the upper deck railings, where you kind of like look out over the side of the ship. The Symphony has like the lower, like the regular. It's kind of divided half and half, but they have like the regular, maybe like chest level, that like the railings and all that, which is fine.
Mhm.
But with Wonder, it's like the really tall glass, which goes up like to your eyes. To where like,
Ugh.
yeah, it's a safety thing, but I can't take pictures. I couldn't take video. It made ship spotting on that ship awful. That's the only reason. That's the only complaint I had about Wonder.
The glass shorter towards the back.
There's like the back corner. Yes.
Yeah.
The back corner. Like by the like kids play area, so I had to listen to kids the whole time. But nonetheless.
Yes, Ryan. Yes, Tyler. You guys are gonna love Skagway. You guys been doing any excursions?
9,
Like I
9
said,
and a
I'm
half out of
excited
10 for
for-
Wonder.
I love the Norwegian Breakaway Plus class ships. Like I said, first Oasis class.
Oh,
I'm
those
very
are so
excited to. I'm excited to try an Oasis class. All the good and the bad. Oh, I'll let you rip after that. I'll let
I
it rip.
love the Breakaway Plus class ships. Those have got to be one of the best designs and layouts of any ship.
I also like Seascape a lot.
Really?
I didn't like the layout of it, but just the whole design of the ship and how they designed it, like decoration wise, very good. But the layout,
Nice.
no bueno. Very confusing.
Really?
Yeah.
I would like to try
or
that
may
class
not
a
have
lot.
I may not have had a lot of drinks, but I still didn't get used to the ship after 7 days.
Oh God. Yeah. I feel like I've done most of these ships so many times at this point that I can kind of like just guess my way around most of these, even if I haven't been on it. But I feel like something like MSC, I probably would have a bit of a struggle to get around.
Yeah.
See, need Norwegian Cruise Line ship classes podcast. I could do that
Okay.
We could do that.
next week.
Let's do it.
Perfect. We will talk.
I don't
Oh,
know
we need to
it.
get Robbie on here.
Robbie doesn't like us anymore.
Well, Robbie, can you know what?
I'll ask Robbie. I'll ask him
Cool.
just to give him the benefit of the doubt. I can't guarantee it. I don't think he will, but we'll ask at least.
He's the NCL expert.
Robbie Cruz NCL, 7, 8, 9. I think he just got a thing for like 1,000 nights or something like that.
That's
Which is-
insane.
It was ridiculous. It's crazy. I couldn't even imagine. But that dude will disappear for like a month at a time on a ship. Like he's on the Joy
Yeah.
right now. He's literally on the
Yep.
Joy right now.
He's in Bermuda, right? Or
I think
was?
so.
I want to go
Yeah.
to Bermuda. Coop,
Dimitri's
I'll be
gotta
there.
be-
I'll be there just for you.
Brady says Dimitri's got to be there. I'm gonna riot. Oh, that's funny.
Taylor Swift will be on the show. I'm not a big fan of her, so I could care less.
Agreed.
Oh, that's right. He's a Swiftie. He's a Swiftie. Forgot about that. Maybe we shouldn't have him on here.
Agreed.
That's funny.
Oh, Robbie is in Bermuda. How nice.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Speaking
What
of
ship's in
Joy,
Bermuda? Is it John Joy? Is that what he's on?
yeah, he's on Joy. Speaking of Joy, the three of us, all three of us, the three Pookies, will be on Norwegian Joy in 2026.
I cannot wait.
That
That's
is
gonna be
true.
such a fun cruise. That is going to. I am so. Do you guys want to do the go karts?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm going.
I'll
we are
reserve
going
them just for us to do it by ourselves.
We are going to rip on that little go kart track. I am hyped. Let's see. Walter asks, "Do you think Carnival should have a ship between in the 150 to 160 ton range?"
Yes.
Yeah.
I think yes, knowing what I know, I wouldn't expect it out of the next class of ship, but I do think so. I do agree that they should.
They eventually are.
I've always been a very big advocate that 150 to 160 is like the perfect sweet spot for any ship. It's the perfect
Breakaway
size.
Plus, MSC Seascape,
Quantum,
Freedom
like
Class,
every
Quantum.
right, Freedom class. Everything within that range has always just been such good ships. It's always very well balanced. It's not overly big like the Oasis. Not that I dislike the Oasis class. That's actually my favorite. But I do think that, the smaller ships like the Freedom and Quantum classes are probably some of the best ship designs because they are a little bit more balanced. They're not too overwhelming for most people. So yeah, I think a ship that size would be really, really good. And I hope that's kind of like the trend. It doesn't seem like that's going to be the trend, but I think that would
Limit, and Carnival is getting close to that as well.
And so Norwegian.
Right. So eventually they're going to start
Right.
going smaller again just to, accommodate different ports and do different kind of itineraries and stuff. So,
yeah. It seems like that. It seems like that 200,000 tons is going to be like the new standard across the industry.
yeah.
Just going off of what I've heard, and of course we see the NCL ships, and MSC is already coming out to world class, and then of course they've got the MSC's already talking about building a ship bigger than Icon, which is unbelievable to think about.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with Justin's video.
Did you guys figure out or see any more information if the MSC is one terminal or two terminals?
It's
It
two.
is
It's one
2 and
building,
1.
but it's two.
But two berths?
Yeah.
Yes. Big enough for 2 world class ships.
Or
is what
sorry,
they
2 or
advertise.
3 I meant. Sorry,
It's two.
it's 2. Okay, so that website lied. Oh well.
Yeah, it's one big building, and then they have that hallway that connects to the gangways, like at Terminal 1 in Canaveral. It's just like super, super long.
Got
So
it.
everyone will get checked in at that terminal, and then they'll they'll probably split them off on that walkway to the gangway.
Got it.
I
Coop,
know.
I think that we need more information before we can say if someone's going to be able to match Icon. I think Royal Caribbean did a great job with that ship, but let's see what else everybody else can cook up.
Yeah.
I think MSC did good with the world class. I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't heard any really bad things.
Right.
A Vista Plus class for the 150 to 160 range. I love that idea. I love the Vista class.
Yes, that's very good. Great class. I like the Dream class too.
I do
Yeah.
like the Dream class.
I want to sail. Panorama is the only one I haven't sailed on so far out of the Dream and the Vista class, but I would love to sail in the Panorama soon. It's just so far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What else we got in the chat? Need a Carnival ship class podcast too, and why they combine with Costa or whatever. We could do that. We could do actually, you know what? Let's make that like a series of podcasts over like the next maybe couple months or so of like we'll focus on a certain cruise line and like their certain classes of ships and just kind of talk about their different classes and things like that. That'd be really cool actually. I love that idea.
Yeah.
Is the
That's
best.
cool. Let's do it.
Alrighty. Have a good one,
Alrighty,
Brady. Thanks for coming out.
Bye. Thanks, Coop.
Bye, Brady.
Let's see here. What else do we have? Any more questions? Speaking of ship classes, I mean, I would say aside from the Oasis class, what is your favorite ship classes?
I said
Probably the
Breakaway
Breakaway.
Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to say, well, I would also exclude Icon class from that because I'm looping it kind of in with the Oasis there. But I would say probably the Breakaway Plus class from Norwegian is probably one of the best ship designs. I wish, how Carnival's kind of like going back and ordering more of the XL ships. That's one thing I would love to see NCL do. They won't. but I would love to see them order like another one of those. It'd be so cool.
I think they messed it up with Encore. They tried to fit too many things onto one ship.
Hmm.
I know it's their biggest, but that top deck is just atrocious. So
Yeah,
maybe I
Prima's
think, like
even
I said,
worse.
Escape. Yeah, I think Escape is a sweet spot in that class because it's got
Yeah.
the ropes course, no stupid, track or whatever, but you still get all the deck space because they didn't take away the top deck for the Vibe Beach Club.
Yeah,
They
that's
don't
true.
single out us poor plebeians.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. Do you think
What's the
Virgin
next
Voyages?
Oh,
Do
go ahead,
you think
Brendan.
Virgin Voyages is gonna have bigger ships? I th- I think yes. I also do think it might be a while before we see another Virgin Voyages ship.
I agree with that.
I think
I
it's going
think
to be
we're
a little
gonna
bit because they can't even get the one out.
right. Their fourth ship for some reason is like almost done, but it's been almost done for like over a year now. I don't know what it is. Like it still hasn't come out yet. Like I don't even think it's been on sea trials or anything.
I know it moved because I think it's in. It moved from Italy and now it's in Greece. It's in Cyprus. It just anchored off the coast.
That's weird.
Was they haven't taken delivery of it though, have they?
I have no idea. I saw that the other day because we knew somebody that was on a Europe cruise, and I was just checking out what was going on, and I saw Brilliant Lady just sitting off the coast of Cyprus.
Interesting.
I was like,
Interesting.
okay.
Let's see. Did you see that Disney's Lookout K just opened and some mixed reviews? That is a okay. One, the island itself looks very nice. I will say the island looks very nice. My biggest concern, and I think everybody's complaint right now, and where the mixed reviews are coming in, is that that pier is a half a mile long, zero shade.
Yeah,
It
it's
like
brutal.
that's brutal in the Bahamas, especially this time of year. That's brutal walking across that
And I was also
with a
talking to
couple kids
Justin.
or yeah.
I was also talking to Justin when we watched Islander the other day. That wind is going to be whipping off the ocean because it's so far out. They're going to have trouble docking 80% of the time. They should have put some sort of breakwater in or something to protect it.
Yeah. They
Like,
did
you know
all
what
of
I
that to
mean?
make sure it doesn't have any like big environmental impact. It's like the main thing.
I
But
know,
even
but still.
even with that, it's like yeah, there's so many problems by doing what they did.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it does look nice.
Yeah, it looks nice, but I mean,
I
the
don't know
beach
how
looked
practical it is.
amazing. I mean,
Right.
I don't think they messed up there. And I mean, there's a little kids water
Right.
park, whatever. Good for them.
Right.
But I mean, it's simple enough.
It's the
But
logistics and like the practicality side of it. Like it aesthetically and just like they did a really good job with the island and made it look really, really nice. And they did a good job with that. It, it's the pier is
yeah,
really all it is. And I know why they did it like that, but it's just, I feel like it's going to cause more problems than anything.
for sure.
But we'll wait and see. They've only had like one or two ships docked there. The Fantasy's doing a 7-night Bahama cruise. Could you believe that?
That's
Where's it
awesome,
going?
but it's crazy.
So Fantasy left on Saturday. She went to Lighthouse Point,
Yeah,
Castaway,
yeah.
Nassau, back to Lookout, and then coming back to Canaveral.
Oh my God, what?
She's
How did
doing
I not know that?
a double dip at the new island, but also going to Castaway and Nassau. That's sick.
How did I not know that?
That's actually really cool. I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised because I know Royal Caribbean has like, they've been trying. There's still like a project that they've got going on in the background with Freeport, like a resort in Freeport, the actual port itself, not like its own little island, but they've got something going on with like a resort there that they have a big project, and I wouldn't be surprised if we ever see a 7-night cruise that goes like to Coco Cay, Nassau,
Key West,
yeah, and Key West.
Magic,
That'd
or
be a nice
Wonder, or a
cruise.
smaller one just to go there.
Yeah. Ooh, what do you think about MSC going to the Alaska market within the next couple of years? Do you think that'll happen?
I don't. I think they're
Don't.
focused on the Caribbean right now with the growth that they've seen. And they're, the ships that they're building are more tailored towards that. So
Yeah.
I guess there's a chance, but
Eventually,
I don't know.
yes.
Eventually,
Right.
yeah.
I think they're still establishing themselves. They're doing a heck of a job at it, by the way. But I think they're still establishing themselves in the U.S. right now. And I think once they've kind of like built themselves up, they've got a couple ships in Miami now. They're about to have multiple ships in Canaveral. They've got a ship coming over to Texas soon. They got a ship up in New York. And I think even the Bellissima is going over to Los Angeles. So, I mean, yeah, maybe we'll see maybe like the Bellissima like seasonally up there, of course. But I don't know if we'll see it anytime soon. I feel like they are still working on getting their footing in the United States in general before they can start expanding like over into that like niche U.S. market, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be opposed to it. I would love to see them do it though. I think eventually we will. I don't know how soon it'll be, but I think we will eventually see something along those lines. Let's see. What else do we have in the chat? Let's see. Having to walk back. Oh, having to walk back a half a mile to the ship on a beach day that'd be rough. Even with Coco Cay, sometimes it can be rough.
Yeah.
Coco Cay is not that bad, but after a long day, it can be pretty bad.
Yeah, it's hot out.
Yeah. Royal Caribbean needs to reopen Labadee. Yeah, they got a couple problems still going on.
It's
over
out of
there,
their control.
That is definitely out of their control. I didn't even realize it's just like
Forgot about it.
old news at this point to where I forgot. I didn't even realize it until they announced Apex wasn't going there. I was like, one, I didn't realize Apex was going there, but two, like it's still going on. That's crazy to think about.
After a while.
Yeah.
What's Le Lipa? I see in the chat. What is Le Lipa?
Oh, that's over in the South Pacific.
Oh, that's right. I remember that now.
It's like La Pay or something like that.
Oh, La La Pay. Sorry, I'm not.
I have no idea. Well, I heard somebody say it once. I don't know if they said it right, but that's what I heard. Is perfect day La La Pay.
They don't even have many
that
ships that come up there, but oh well.
No, it's more dedicated for like the Australia market, but at the same time, it's so far out from Sydney that like it would pretty much be like a 7-day cruise just there.
Yeah.
Why would they even do that then?
And they're trying to kind of differentiate it and give people down there something like similar to what they have up here, I guess. But
Yeah.
It's tough. And they announced that like so long ago. Like they announced it before.
Yeah.
I think Coco Cay like actually opened back up.
Yeah,
And
it's been a while.
It's still just a pile of sand right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while.
It is going to be a long time before. I wouldn't even be surprised if they just scrapped that idea.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah.
True.
Justin, I have no idea what's going on with your camera. Everything is just like in very slow motion, and all of a sudden it'll like catch up and just like tweak out for a minute.
I don't know, man. I'm a wizard.
I don't. You're a wizard.
I'm a wizard.
I just got a rain alert.
A rain? Yeah, I think
It was
no,
a miracle
actually,
it rained yesterday.
I'm not
There's a lot
talking to
of
you,
rain down
Brandon.
here.
I'm talking to the one with the internet issues.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying now.
It's literally raining just east of me, like about 2 miles east of me, of course.
Yeah, that's probably what it is then.
The
Shake
storm.
my head. You should be out driving right now. You're storm chasing.
I
I
should
know,
be.
you really should be.
Yeah, I gotta go, boys.
Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed it's been happening for like the last maybe 10, 15 minutes. I'm like, all right, I guess I can't really fix it, but it's okay.
Sorry.
No
No,
worries. No, you're not. You.
You're right.
Let's see. Any other questions we have in the chat here? We're kind of coming
questions,
up on
questions.
any final questions, comments, anything like that. I think we got about another 10 minutes left of our little chat here, a little discussion, but yeah, I think we'll start making this probably at least once a month. Every other maybe every other month at the absolute minimum, but I think we'll start doing this maybe once a month just to kind of interact with you guys a little bit more and because the typical podcast style, we don't really interact with the chat all that much just because we're kind of talking about the topic at hand and things like that. So it's always cool to kind of change it up a little bit, even though people probably listening on Spotify and Apple are probably like, what the heck's going on?
Exactly.
But it's all right. That's kind of why we don't interact as much with the chat on on a normal podcast. So it's always nice to at least get one in to where we can really sit and talk with you guys.
Yes, I like that.
Do we like the Oh yes, thank you for the Azapod video. I did, Justin. I know I sent it to Dimitri. Ryan Tube in the chat is Ryan that we hung out with in Fort Lauderdale that one day. But he made a video on for Virtual Sailor on how to use the Azapods. I know I sent it to Dimitri. I don't know if I forgot to send it to you or not.
Yeah, you did. Thanks.
Yeah, you forgot it.
No, you forgot.
Okay, I remember I sent it to Dimitri. My bad. I'll send it to you after this.
Rude.
But yes, it was a great video. Thank you.
I'm going to need that. I'm docking in Puerto Rico in a few minutes.
Hey.
I got 6 ships in Antigua right now. I don't know about you guys.
I love it.
I know I'm so
sad that
the booster didn't work on your machine, Justin.
It's a lost cause, brother.
I know you need a new computer.
Mine worked, and then like when I logged in to play a little bit before the podcast here, it just like wasn't working.
You have to respawn the ships. That's why.
The what?
You just have to respawn the ships.
No. My Carnival encounter is still wonky.
Is it really? Okay, so grab it from my file again and then just reinstall it. Same with the Wish or the whatever one you said was being wonky.
Oh,
just redo
it. Kevin in the chat says, first time attending, but if you do this regularly, I would. Awesome. Yeah. We typically will do it more like an actual podcast style, where we don't normally interact as much with the chat, but like I mentioned earlier, we kind of do this once a month at least to kind of interact more with you guys. But yes, we do stream every Wednesday, or we stream the podcast every Wednesday on here on YouTube, and then we'll upload it to Spotify and Apple. So in case you ever miss it, it's available here on YouTube and Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that too. So glad to have you, and thanks for joining in.
Yes, we appreciate all of you guys.
Yes. But you said, so those ships that we have that I was having issues with, are just respawn them?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and if that doesn't work, then just re-download the file from my drive. But find the ones that don't work, because I'm about to delete all that stuff, because I'm tired of getting the storage warnings.
Yeah, I spawned in the Wish to pull it into Canaveral. I'm like, literally every bit of red on the Wish is just gone. It was just clear. And then there was just a couple blue panels, and like the little TV screen was all that spawned in for the Carnival celebration. It was like, it doesn't even look like a ship. It's just a couple like blue boxes and a TV screen with the 50th logo on it.
You may be colorblind now.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I guess with that, we'll probably go ahead and close it up here if we have no more questions for our chat, though. Always good to hang out with you guys, and of course, just talk cruise ships. I mentioned earlier in the podcast, we had the request of doing a Norwegian cruise ship class specific one. So cool. I think we may be doing that next week. So stay tuned. Of course, every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then of course that's when we stream it here on YouTube. And of course, if you miss it, or if you just tune in somewhere else, every Thursday morning on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, we will upload the podcast. So, anyways, thanks for everybody that was hanging out, and have a great night and have a great week.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Toodles.